Okay, these are going to be the critiques of your self-introduction speeches. The first speech, I will do these by using your fantasy name only, so that's how you will know. Please listen to all of the comments, even if it's not your name that I'm talking about, because something I say could help you prevent making the same mistake later in what you do. First up, I'm going to talk about coons, and let's see what we got here. You have the wrong audience intro. That's a big no-no. Can't do that. Let me reiterate. Start with this picture. Every member of the audience comes in one at a time, walks in front of the camera, stops, looks at the camera, and says, "My name is," and "I am," either over 21 or their exact age, however they want to do it. One at a time, they walk by until all 6 of them have done so. They go and sit down. Once they sit down, that's the last time you'll ever show the audience. They do not come back in at the end of the speech for any reason, and you have to wait for a minute or so, maybe a minute's too long, for the room to quiet down and everything. You move in, wait till everything is quiet, get yourself organized, look at the camera, and start. Many of you are coming in and say, "Okay, today I want to talk to you about," but stop, man. Don't start talking before you even get solidly in your place. All right, so wrong audience introduction. You're in a very echoey room because the camera is so far away from you. You're here. The camera is way down on the North 40. I can't believe how big a room you have there and how echoey it is. And I can't see you. I can't see your face. I can't see anything about you. I don't know if your eyes are open or closed. It's unbelievable how bad that camera shot is. This is the only shot I ever want to see. You're going to get sick of me saying that, but I'm going to say it because next time it's really going to affect your grade. All right, you talk about what your major is. Therefore, you should understand that shot composition is needs to be what it needs to be, and also that it was totally unacceptable as a shot composition. You had a very abrupt ending, and your outlines are not labeled. Please look in the textbook, follow the example that's there, block it, copy it, and then fill in your words for whatever your outline is supposed to say. All right? That was Coons. Next up is Sugary, and you have good outlines. You, again, wrong way to introduce the audience. Excuse me, my eye has got something in it. You have the wrong shot. You have a lot of distracting stuff in the background. Watch your giggling. You know, not everything you say is funny to the audience, even if it's funny to you. It could be a nervous giggle, but you need to conquer that. Don't get lost in your own speech. Know where you're going next. Interesting story that was pretty well told, but you had a very loud ambient noise in the audio, and it made it very hard to hear and understand you. You were a bit short on your length. The video ends suddenly, and it wasn't even concluded vis-a-vis your story. Look at your video before you post it so you know those kinds of things. Next up is Maudette. Maudette, I can't hear your audio even when I turn it up as high as I can turn up the audio. I mean, I can hear it. I can't understand it. Wrong shot composition. You have like a fisheye lens on your camera, which distorts everything. Don't do that. Lose that lens. I've never seen that effect on a video. I've seen it on still cameras, but not video. Talk to the camera. That's me. Talk to me. I don't care how many people you have in your audience. Talk to me. While you're looking over there, I can't tell if you got your eyes closed or not. I've got to see you, so let the audience watch, but you talk to me, unless you want them to grade you, but since I'm grading you, you talk to me. Everybody, talk to me. All right. What else here? Look at the camera. Watch your eyes looking up. Sometimes you're doing this with your eyes, like you're trying to remember something, or you're not looking directly at the camera. For everybody, talk to us, not at us. In a conversation, you want to be conversational. You want to sound like you're speechifying. How's that for a word? So talk to us. Be conversational. Also, your outlines are not properly formatted. See your textbook, and you ran long on length. Next up is Lefty. Lefty, you have the wrong audience intro. I don't know if you had enough at the right age because I couldn't really tell what you had there. You have a very disturbing, distracting background. Stand still when you're talking. Don't move back and forth. Don't swallow. When you do that, you know, what did they say? Well, because they got to the end of the sentence. What? Don't do that. I don't know where you work. You mentioned a name. I don't know what that name was because I couldn't understand it. Your video just ends abruptly. It's short on length. Your outlines, there was only one, are insufficient. See the textbook if you're not sure what to do. And I'm not going to go crazy about ing endings, doing, being, going, coming. All right, doing, being, going, coming. And frankly, sometimes it's more conversational if you don't worry about that. Center yourself in the camera shot so that you're not over here with a lot of room one side or the other, or tell your camera person to frame you up. But don't start until they tell you everything is okay. All right? That was Lefty. Next up is Mallorca. And Mallorca, camera never moves even to take a shot of the dog walking into the room. You did that. All right. Very wrong camera shot. You're shooting up. Do not do that. You have no tripod. You have too much camera movement. Tripod is required. Remember that. The ceiling fan shadow is just going up there, and it's causing a lot of distraction while you're speaking. Watch your head bobbing up and down when you're talking. A little bobble doll kind of thing. Be careful of that. Don't touch yourself when you're speaking. Remember I told you I had something in my eye? You don't want to do that. You don't want to ever do one of these things while you're talking when you touch yourself. You don't want to, and some people do one of these things when they talk sometimes. Don't do that. And I'm talking specifically about, putting your hand on the back of your neck. You ran a bit long. Where was the audience introduction? Never saw it. Never start with, "Hi guys." You don't want to do that. Watch the ums and the uhs. Those are vocalized pauses. If you don't understand how to do the audience intros, call me. It was in the video that you were supposed to watch, so it was covered. So make sure that you take care of that. Next up is vols. I can't see your audience. They need to walk in front of the camera. Are you hearing kind of a theme here about the audience? I can see them full face when they walk in front of the camera. You have the wrong composition. You have a lot of stuff in the shot that is distracting. Talk to the camera. There you go. Talk to me. You have a great story, and it was well told. A little bit long on length. And don't show the audience at the end. All right. And then we have Clover. Clover. Outlines are outstanding. Wrong composition. This shot, I talked about that. You all wrote me and said you watched the video, and I mentioned that in the video. All right. You're not shooting straight in. You're probably shooting up. I can't understand some of what you say because there's a lot of hiss in the audio. I'm losing many of the facts because you have very low energy, and when you do that, there's just no way that I can get much out of what you're doing. And I'm over-exaggerating, but energy all the time, man. You come at it. You got to have some energy. You got to show the energy. It's got to be in your eyes. It's got to be in your body. All of that. You're losing many of your facts because of that low energy and the bad audio, and some real loose articulation on things. You lose the ends of your sentences due to low energy. You get down to the end of the sentence. So you're going along like this pretty well, and then you get... Can't do that. You have a lot of awkward pauses. I've written in all capital letters, energy, 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 exclamation point. The camera is zoomed in during the speech. No movement. Don't touch yourself while speaking. All right, we've covered that one before too. All right, so I will be posting a grade sheet that'll show you what the grades were on the discussion board and on the speeches. The speeches are all pretty close to the same score because, frankly, nothing jumped out. Many of you waited till the last minute to do your practice video. And the problem with that is that if you look at your practice video, you would have seen some of the stuff I mentioned, to you, and would have known there were some problems that you could have avoided in your actual speech video. Now let's talk about discussion board for a second. On the discussion boards, there are 2 of them each week. Some of you did not post the answer by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. You don't do that. I might give you a point or 2 for posting something late. That's going to go away too. If you don't post your first response on time, you're not going to get any points. So post something by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Then go back beginning Thursday morning, because by then everyone in the class should have responded. I know some don't. And read the responses of everybody. Pick one you want to respond to and write something thoughtful. Don't just say, some of you did it this time, oh, that's a good idea. That's not a response. Your response has got to consider what they said and maybe even put in a few extra things to help them along. So, 2 points. Post first by Wednesday at 11:59. Then from Thursday morning until Sunday night at 11:59, respond to at least one other person. Now, it says at least one other person. Don't make it hard on yourself. I was in college once. If it says you only need to respond to one person, don't respond to everybody. You don't have to do that. And you don't get any extra credit for responding to 3 people than if you only responded to 1. Make sure that the one response is thoughtful, helpful, and addresses whatever it is that you're talking about. Again, I will only be available via telephone and email. I will not be in my office, but if you call my office phone shows up on my cell phone, and leave a phone number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And oh, by the way, on my messages, I say your name and phone number twice for clarity. It's amazing how many people go, 3300222. What? 3300222? Don't do that. That's why I ask you to repeat it. Also, I've had the phone do a little blip while someone's giving a number and obliterate the number. And if they would have said it again, I would have had the number. If I can't get your number, I can't call you back. All right? Have any questions? Give me a shout. I am actually going to be out of town, but I will be following whatever you have to say, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to some academic meetings, and we'll converse with you when I get back. All right, you have a good one.